Hey there, nostalgia junkies! Welcome back. Today, we're strapping on our platform shoes and moonwalking back to the 1970s, a time when the world collectively decided, let's get weird. From fads that were equal parts fabulous and cringe, to trends that make us wonder if everyone was high on disco balls. We've got it all. So grab your lava lamps, folks, because it's about to get groovy and goofy. Mood rings. The OG How Are You Feeling Today app, but for your finger. These color-changing accessories promise to decode your emotions with the power of science, aka body heat. Were they accurate? Nope. They were less about actual emotional insight and more about giving your hand a bit of flair. Let's be honest though, most of us use them as a conversation starter, casually showing them off and hoping someone would ask, what does green mean? Spoiler alert, it means your hand is warm. Picture this, it's 1975. Someone walks up to you and says, here, buy this rock. It's your new best friend. And the wildest part? People did. Pet rocks came in boxes with air holes like they might suffocate or something. No feeding, no cleaning, just the perfect emotionally unavailable pet. And let's not forget the care manual that came with it, which included tips like don't overfeed your rock and take your rock for a walk. It was satire at its finest. Yet, millions of people happily shelled out their cash. Gary Dahl, the creator, probably laughed all the way to the bank while the rest of us tried to teach our rocks tricks. If you didn't sparkle like a human disco ball in the 70s, were you even trying? From platform shoes that doubled as personal stilts to polyester shirts that could double as reflective vests, disco fashion wasn't just a style, it was a dare. Glitter, sequins, and enough flair to blind a small village. Because subtlety was overrated. And let's not forget the bell-bottom pants that could double as a sail if you needed to catch the wind. The 70s fashion mantra seemed to be, the shinier the better. People didn't just dress to impress, they dressed to hypnotize. And while today we might cringe at some of those choices, back then, they were the epitome of cool. Just don't ask how many disco kings and queens fell off their platforms trying to strut their stuff. Waterbeds, where luxury met constant seasickness, advertised as the ultimate in comfort, they were more like sleeping on a jiggly jello mold. One wrong move and you'd catapult yourself out. Bonus points if it sprang a leak and turned your bedroom into a kiddie pool. These beds were supposed to provide unparalleled comfort and support, but in reality, they were a logistical nightmare. Filling one required a garden hose and the patience of a saint, and moving one, forget it. Plus, they weren't exactly ideal for couples. One person's toss and turn felt like a tsunami for the other. But hey, at least they were trendy, and that's what really mattered, right? Want to look like you just emerged from a tropical paradise, even if you've never left Cleveland? Puka shell necklaces had you covered. These were the go-to for surfers, beach bums, and anyone wanting to channel a chill dude vibe. The thing about puka shells is that they were oddly versatile. You could wear them with your Hawaiian shirt or even your bell-bottom jeans, and somehow it worked. They screamed, I'm laid back, but I also care about accessorizing. Today, they're a relic of 70s beach culture, but for a while, they were the epitome of surfer chic. The 70s were all about freedom, man. Sometimes too much freedom. Streaking was the pinnacle of rebellious fun. College campuses, live TV, no place was safe. The streaking trend reached its peak during the 1974 Academy Awards when a man ran across the stage in his birthday suit. Host David Niven's quip, probably the only laugh that man will ever get in his life is by stripping off and showing his shortcomings, is still legendary. Streaking was wild, silly, and completely inappropriate. In other words, pure 70s. The iconic Farrah Fawcett feathered hair, the ultimate test of patience, hairspray, and arm strength. Achieving this look meant hours of blow drying and back combing, only for it to collapse the moment it rained. It was fabulous, impractical, and so worth it. Feathered hair wasn't just a hairstyle, it was a status symbol. If your layers didn't bounce just right, you might as well stay home. And let's not forget the guys who tried to rock the feathered look. Hello, teen heartthrobs of the 70s. It was a unisex phenomenon that united everyone under the banner of big hair, don't care. Nothing screams, I'm deep and artsy like a lava lamp on your bedside table. These psychedelic blobs of wax were mesmerizing and totally useless, except for setting the mood in your shag-carpeted pad. They're still around, proving that sometimes useless is timeless. Lava lamps were the ultimate chill-out accessory, perfect for zoning out and contemplating life, or just staring blankly for hours. Sure, they didn't serve any practical purpose, but who needs practicality when you've got moving blobs of wax? Breaker, breaker, good buddy. CB radios made everyone feel like a trucker in a Burt Reynolds movie. With their own slang and culture, these gadgets were the Twitter of the 70s. Now, they're more collector's items than communication tool. But back then, they were the height of cool. People developed entire personas around their CB handles, adopting nicknames like Roadrunner or Silver Fox. The conversations were part practical, part social, and entirely entertaining. Earth shoes promise to align your posture and your chakras with their bizarre negative heel design. Walking in them felt like stumbling uphill, but people swore by them. Fashionable? No. Quirky? Very. These shoes were part of the 70s health craze, which also included granola, yoga, and wheatgrass shots. While they weren't the most attractive footwear, Earth shoes had a devoted following who believed they were revolutionary. Today, they're more of a curiosity than a wardrobe staple. Tie-dye was the official uniform of peace, love, and questionable design choices. DIY and delightfully messy, tie-dye let you wear your personality, or at least a very colorful approximation of it. The results? Sometimes chic, mostly chaos. The beauty of tie-dye was that no two pieces were alike. Whether you were a hippie, a kid at summer camp, or just someone with a lot of free time, tie-dye was a creative outlet that let you express your inner flower child. Nothing says 70s luxury like shag carpeting. Soft, fluffy, and a nightmare to clean. It was the flooring equivalent of a perm. It's no wonder vacuums of the time had nervous breakdowns. Shag carpeting came in every color imaginable, from burnt orange to avocado green. It was the perfect backdrop for your lava lamp and beanbag chair, creating a cozy, if slightly impractical, living space. Fondue parties. The OG excuse to gather your friends and eat melted cheese and chocolate. Chic? Sure. Practical? Not really. But hey, it's hard to hate a trend that's essentially an excuse to binge dip things into gooey goodness. Fondue brought people together, literally, as everyone crowded around a single pot with their skewers. It was messy, a bit chaotic, and completely delicious. Sure, there was a risk of burning yourself or dropping your bread into the cheese, but that was part of the fun. Clackers were the 70s versions of how fast can I injure myself for fun. These toys were addictive, noisy, and occasionally lethal when the ball shattered mid-swing. A classic case of it's all fun and games until someone loses a finger. The challenge of mastering clackers was half the appeal. The other half was the satisfying clack-clack sound they made, assuming you didn't hit yourself in the face first. The 70s were practically sponsored by the smiley face. This cheerful yellow symbol popped up on everything from t-shirts to coffee mugs, and it became the unofficial mascot of the decade. It was impossible to go anywhere without seeing that grin staring back at you, as if to say, "Life's good, man." The phrase, "have a nice day," was often paired with it, adding to its optimistic vibe. Today, it's a nostalgic relic of simpler, smilier times. Leisure suit. Ah, the leisure suit, a fashion crime so unforgettable it deserves its own museum exhibit. Made of polyester, of course, and available in eye-searing colors, leisure suits were marketed as casual yet classy. In reality, they look like someone took curtains from a 70s living room and tailored them into clothing. These suits featured wide lapels, flared pants, and enough space to smuggle a small disco ball in your pocket. And while they were intended to make men look suave, they often had the opposite effect. Today, the leisure suit lives on as a punchline and a popular costume choice for 70s-themed parties.